Hello everyone and welcome to the beginning of our 1.17 survival series. We are currently in pre-release candidate 2 as we are recording on the 7th and the full version releases tomorrow on the 8th. This video will probably be releasing on the 8th, not the 7th, although I could release it today, but it's nice to have one video done in advance just in case something happens. Anyways, as I said I was going to do, I looked around for a spawn where we spawn on an island so that we have this ocean to clear and not as many grass blocks to clear. This was actually the very first seed that I found earlier when I was looking for a seed in creative mode. I was planning on just creating a bunch of worlds until I found one that I thought looked okay. And this one, it's just a blessing, I guess, because you found it first try, and here we are. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our basics down here. Got some wood, make ourselves a crafting table, some sticks, and then we'll see if maybe there's some exposed stone. Probably will be some like over down here, if I had to guess. Well, maybe not, but should be able to get some pretty easily. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a pickaxe really quickly. And then just go inside here like this, and there we go, we got ourselves some stone. So I'm not sure what exactly we're going to want to do for our spawn chunks. Maybe we'll have some sort of little tiny hut on the edge of this mountain or something. But we're going to want to move out of the spawn chunks pretty quickly, so we'll see. Also, that island is probably something we might want to explore in the future, but we could also ignore it and then just come back to this area once we're in the mid-end game. Ooh, I actually didn't see this earlier. It looks like we got a coral reef biome over here. Wow! Okay, that's really cool. We got a coral reef in our spawn chunks. So that might make it more difficult to clear the water because you have to like go through and remove it. That's definitely interesting. Alright, good to know. So we got some chickens. We could kill those for food, but I think what we're going to do for food is we're just going to get a bunch of kelp after we get some stone here. So we're going to get enough for a couple stone pickaxes. And then we're going to make our way down to the level where we're going to be strip mining for some diamonds, which is always fun. Start off your new world and do some strip mining. What we're also going to want to do is make a stone axe. That way we can get a bunch of wood. And here are our two stone pickaxes. Could also make a stone sword, but I have a feeling that we'll find some iron while strip mining before we need it. So we will see what happens, but more than likely we won't get any use out of a stone sword or a stone shovel, so I don't think there's much point in making one. We could get a little bit of use out of a stone shovel probably, but I don't think it's worth the time. So we're just going to collect a pretty good amount of wood here, probably around 30, and then we're going to go get some seaweed, and then we will go and do some strip mining. When I say seaweed, obviously I mean kelp, but you know, whatever. And yeah, we're at 24 now. Just chop down a couple more trees, and then we will go get some kelp, and then we will be good to go. Starting off a new survival world is always fun. It's been a little while since I've played solo survival. I normally play on a server with other people, but I figured I might as well try something out like this. That way I can't blame anyone for anything else. Normally when I play on a multiplayer server anyways, I kind of like doing all of my own things. So this way I can just completely do my own thing and nobody's like either getting in the way, or I don't have to wait for somebody to like want to do something. For example, I can kill the Ender Dragon in my own time. I can build farms in my own time. Normally on a server you'd be pressured with like an economy or something like that. So you'd be like, oh, hey, oh my goodness, I want to do this. You know, like I want to make a certain type of farm, but I'm like, oh, okay, if I make an ocean monument farm and I sell those blocks to other people, I would get a ton of diamonds. Obviously diamonds aren't actually valuable in any mean way or any way, shape, or form, but you know, it's just that little thing that's always there when you play on a server with other people. that's nice to avoid if you're playing in single player. Anyway, we're going to chop down a bit more kelp here. Do already have a stack, which is plenty, but might as well get more since it's super easy to get. And it's a very bad food source, but hey, we're in the very beginning of our game here. We won't be too picky. Could also get some tropical fish. I think you can eat those without getting poisoned. And maybe some cod or something like that as well, but we'll just stick to our kelp. So I'm planning on doing a time lapse. I actually don't think that my gamma is set correctly, so I'm going to have to use torches. But that's a good idea anyway, since we're in the spawn chunks and we would want to leave things lit up here especially. That way we don't have a bunch of mobs spawning here later on, which is always just a nightmare. So, let's see. A bit over 3 stacks of kelp. Definitely something we can deal with here. Definitely something that is good. Maybe not something we can deal with. Anyways, what I want to do is I want to mine you out like this. I guess I can just use something that isn't a tool. And we are going to make ourselves a way down to diamond level. I believe we mine at... Oh my goodness. It's been so long since I've had to mine for diamonds. What's going on? I don't know what level you mine for diamonds at. 12, right? Whatever the top of the lava is. I think the top of the lava is actually 11. I like mining at the top of lava. That way you can just use a bucket and go over it. Also, we're doing this because that way we'll be able to just kind of come up super easily, which is very, very helpful. So I'll just be able to swim up this and land right here. Anyway, let's start working our way down here. Once we get down a little bit, we'll open up our F3 menu, but for now we definitely don't need to worry about that. We're also making pretty good time. We got out of the above ground area right as it was about to start turning dark, so we're not really wasting any daylight, which is always nice. We are going to run into a bit of a light problem down here though. Maybe I will open up the F3 menu just so there's something to see. This is also another problem with your brightness if you don't have it turned up, because you can have it turned up all the way, but if you go into your options txt file, you can actually turn it up even higher. Oh, look at this, we got copper. Raw copper. This is part of the new 1.17 feature where ores become raw variants when you mine them, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and mine some of this up, I guess. Why not? And place you in there. We don't need water going all over the place. I'll probably come back and grab this copper another time, but for now I don't really need it. Copper isn't useful to me for now. You can't make any tools out of it. You can't make any armor. I think all it's useful for is maybe the magnifying glass, I'm not sure, and the copper blocks. So yeah, I really don't need it for now. Also, once we get down to Y level 11, we'll be making some furnaces to smelt the kelp, so we'll immediately have some light. Plus we'll either make some charcoal or quickly find some coal. Either way though, we won't be working in this darkness forever, and for the next episode I will turn up my gamma to 1,000,000. That way everything's just bright all the time and there is no shadows. It's a little bit of a trade-off. Sometimes having shadows is nice, but overall it would decrease your bit rate, especially if you're streaming. But it's also just nice to not have shadows, in my opinion, because you can just enjoy the game so much more if you're not trying to struggle to see what you're looking at, you know? Anyways, we are down at Y level 11. You go ahead and close our F3 menu here, mine it a few blocks, and then place a crafting table, make a couple of furnaces, maybe make 3, go like this, and maybe start by smelting our wooden pickaxe. Sometimes I save my wooden pickaxe. Yeah, you know what, we'll save our wooden pickaxe, why not? There's no like benefit to saving it or anything like that, obviously. We'll just do it for some sort of memoriam's sake. We'll make a chest here and we'll put this wooden pickaxe in a chest, and look at that. That block that we mined out to place down the chest was perfect, and we already found ourselves some iron. So let's go ahead and mine this up. We're going to get some raw iron that we'll need to smelt, which is cool. I'm not sure if you can actually use fortune on these blocks now to get more than one raw iron. That would be kind of interesting. What? Okay. Okay. Alright, first things first. Charcoal. Give me some torches. Get some kelps cooking. Oh no. I think that's the fastest I have ever found diamonds. Wow. Okay. Let's just get some iron cooking here. I know I should have used some of that coal to make some more charcoal, but wow, I'm so... Okay, diamonds already. That's a thing, I guess. Huh. That's crazy. That... Well, I guess I don't need to do a time lapse. I will mine these diamonds. I'll see you guys... No, I'm kidding. We're definitely gonna do a cool little time lapse, but... Like, what for? Nobody's gonna be like, oh my god, you can stop the time lapse now. You found diamonds, finally. Well, we already found diamonds. Huh? Well, look at our statistics. Where's the time played? 11.8 minutes. Obviously, like, we're not, what am I trying to say here? We didn't, like, mine them as quickly as possible. We probably found them at, like, 9 minutes or something. But we already have diamonds. Okay. Well, that's a thing. Huh. Well, I mean, I guess I can make a diamond pickaxe once this iron pickaxe breaks, or I'll probably make a few iron pickaxes, actually, because I'm just strip mining, and I enjoy strip mining, so I don't mind spending a little bit of extra time on it. But, wow, that's really something. Huh. Anyway, I will work on smelting up these ores here, and once this iron is smelted, I'll make myself a few more pickaxes and some torches. Might smelt up a bit more of this kelp so I have some of that going. And then I will start a time lapse where I will absolutely annihilate the ground in this direction. And at the end of the time lapse, I will show you what I got. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you then. Okay, time for a time-lapse. Just as a heads up, if you aren't interested in watching this time-lapse, you can skip ahead to 15 minutes and 10 seconds. That's where it ends, but if you'd like to watch it, you might as well stick around. So this time-lapse is being done at 16 times speed. I have a feeling that 16 times speed for just strip mining like this is probably good enough. Maybe more like 10 times speed once you have efficiency 5. And maybe only like 8 times speed once you have once you have a haste 2 beacon, sorry. So yeah, we got a lot of ores. You'll see at the end of this how many we got in total, but it's pretty crazy. I also had to cut out the first like 10 or so minutes of this because a lot of it was caving, and time-lapsing running through a cave isn't very ideal. After this time lapse, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a little bit of building above ground, making ourselves a little house just in the side of the hill. And we're also going to be thinking about what we want to do in the future. So we're going to be wanting to, probably in the next episode, explore around, try to find a village, maybe go to the nether, we'll see. I'm obviously recording this after the time lapse, and you'll see how many diamonds we got. It was pretty crazy. I don't know if the ore distribution is just crazy right now or something. Like, I know they made diamond veins more common, and just the amount of diamonds you get in them lower, but it just seems so much better. Anyways, that's about the end of the time lapse, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. As you might have noticed, we got quite a few diamonds. I don't think I've ever gotten that many diamonds while strip mining. Obviously, we got those diamonds that were like right here at the beginning. But yeah, let's look and see what we've got so far. I ended up clearing out this chest. We had a few blocks in here, I think like 2 diamonds, 1 gold, and a couple other things. So before we look in this chest, you need to consider that I've made 3 iron pickaxes, these iron tools, the shield, the bucket, full set of iron armor, and 1 diamond pickaxe. For now that we have that out of the way, let's take a look on this chest. And yeah, we got a lot. So 39 diamonds. Awesome stuff. Wow. Almost a stack of lapis. This will be awesome for enchanting in the beginning. Some gold, which we don't need. 3/4 of a stack of copper, which is pretty awesome. 2 stacks of coal perfectly, which is kind of funny after crafting some torches and smelting all the things I needed to. You got a stack and a half of iron ingots. 7.5 stacks of redstone dust. We got some of the new tough blocks, which aren't really useful. The 3 different stone variants: gravel, flint, dirt. We got some of the cobbled deep slate, which is the deep slate block that spawns normally in the world. And then, last but not least, also about 17.5 stacks cobblestone. So yeah, this was a pretty awesome haul for mining. So now, what I think we should do is maybe work on a little bit of a house. Well, I waited for it to turn to daytime. It's, raining, so it looks ugly out. I took the liberty of mining out a little area here, which we'll be using to help make our house. But first, what we gotta do is we gotta go outside and just chop down a bunch of trees. We'll replant these trees later. We'll come back in a few minutes and grab all the saplings. But for now, we just need to not get killed. I'm not paying attention. I didn't have my shield, and I didn't think to turn around, run away, and get covered behind a block so the creeper would lose line of sight and stop exploding. So that's a big mistake on my part. Let's make sure to not kill that chicken. But anyways, yeah, what we're going to be aiming to do here is making ourselves a nice little home. Let's actually start placing some saplings, why don't we? These are the ones that we had from earlier. Oh, it looks like an enderman paid a visit there. There's actually a sand block on top of a tree over here earlier. The endermen were not enjoying the rain. But it looks like we have turned to a nice sunny day, so that's quite nice. We have oh no, I thought there was a pig. It's just an egg. For some reason this sand block, I thought it was a pig. My eyes must be playing tricks on me or something. I don't know, guys. So yeah, what we're going to do is get some seeds. And we're also going to make a tiny little chicken farm in this house. I think it's in the spawn chunks. So, why not? Make a little chicken farm. And I think that it'll produce chicken even if we're not here. It might not, but I think it should. We're also going to probably want an iron farm in the spawn chunks. Maybe I'll run that island. We can do something with that. But yeah, we're just going to start out with a nice little home in the side of here. Maybe some sort of hobbit hole type thing, but probably just something really small on the side. Anyways, let's dig out a little thing like this. Maybe like that. I want it to be centered on 2 blocks. Alright. And this is where this is at. Okay, so I do have my water bucket, which is good. I'm going to actually put that in over here. I don't know why I'm putting the water down this low. Anyways, so I kind of want to keep this natural land level where it's at. So let's go ahead and turn you into a crafting table. Probably should have used oak for the crafting table, if I'm going to be honest. Craft. Let's keep 6 of you for the sides of the door. And probably actually craft like a lot of planks here. Some staircases. decent amount of slabs. We're just kind of going off the cusp here, or off the cuff. Alright, so we want the door, or we want the entryway lined up with this. So place you, oops, break this, place you here with some of you, place you here, and continue placing these slabs along like so. May even decide to have some form of a stair like this, maybe a oak log and a plank. Just give it the design of the bridge a little bit more depth. I don't do a lot of building, but this is very tiny and not overwhelming, so can maybe put a little bit of thought into it here. Alright, and then something very simple like this. You know, maybe even on the edge like this instead. Get our dirts back out, fill you in, and put this wood block here, dirt here, 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 here. This will probably be cobblestone or something later. And then here we would want you, and here we would want you. Alright. Then probably cobblestone on this side, which would lead into the entryway of the home. The entryway should probably be propped up. We will do so maybe on some blackstone stairs. Is that a thing? Cobbled blackstone stairs are indeed a thing. Let's go with you and you. Alright. Around this, let's make some birch slabs. We already have birch slabs. Good thing I noticed that. And then with you, we'll go like so. And then I think we want something like this. And we're going to actually strip these. And then we will have maybe polished andesite underneath. That might look okay. And then we're going to want ourselves some doors. I need to clear up my inventory here, I think. Alright, so yeah, that's an okay start. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a chest so that we can clear out our inventory. Just from all this cobblestone, like the raw copper and things like that especially, are just things that we don't need in our inventory right now. Yeah. Alright. So we got this done. Next we gotta worry about the arch. So something... Do we want it there? Maybe we want it one block further out. Let's go with you like so. You like so. And then... You know what? Let's actually use some oak wood, not logs, for the end of this. That way it looks nice and smooth. Go back in here, grab some planks. Some more planks, rather. So we already have some planks. And then let's get our building blocks out. Use you here. You here. And I believe something like that, maybe? Is this right? No, probably not. Here, let's do something like this, maybe. And maybe something like that. I don't know if I like that. Maybe not with the corner. Yeah, it seems a little bit better at least. Alright, and go across. Definitely want to have something in the middle. Nice little arch like that. Very difficult to make an arch when you're working with such a small amount of space, but doable nonetheless. And there we go. I believe that should be an okay-ish entrance. Alright, and once again we will have oak logs. Could come across like this. That's a bit too sharp. We definitely want some birch wood here. Okay, so now it's time for a bit of a unexpected time lapse. What happened here is there was some lawn mowing going on outside, and I didn't want to stop playing, so I just decided I would time lapse it after the fact, and I would still work on this house in the meantime, since I wouldn't really be doing anything too interesting, and I think it's fair enough that I just decided to continue building, because let's be honest, I'm not building something crazy here. I'm just trying to make the outside of this look decent. And yeah, I got those birch logs from the island across. I cut that out because I just went over there in the middle of the night and chopped down a few birch trees, and yeah, that was that. Here we're making the top of our little drop down shaft look nice. I definitely dug out more than I needed to there. I didn't even need to dig it out at all, really. I just need to place blocks on top, but I wasn't thinking about that at the time. We're also going to dig out the ceiling here because it makes sense to have another block of headroom, especially if you want to make a nice little ceiling in there. We do need to shape it with the hill somewhat, so we won't be able to completely do what we want to do here, but overall it should still be okay. Now what we're doing is we're smelting up some glass because we want to have a chicken farm, or at least the starts of one here. What we're going to be doing is we're going to just put a hopper inside of this little thing here, and then we're going to want to put some chickens in the middle. So there we go, we just finished off the base of it. Now we're making the hopper and the chest, and then we can place the chest in there and the hopper. We probably didn't really need the chest because the hopper would hold a stack and 16 eggs, so you know, a stack meaning 64 of course, since eggs stack to 16, but anyways, we did use the chest anyways, and you know. Here we're just making a bit of a shaft up to the surface to drop some chickens down, because if you remember earlier, there were 2 chickens on the island that I explicitly didn't kill because I knew I'd want them for this later on. So right now we're just running around trying to find them, and they're both over here, so we're going to bring these guys over to the hole and eventually get them in. Getting the first one in is easy since they pushed each other, but that guy had a certain velocity and actually didn't go directly in the hole, so we're going to have to fight with him here for a little bit in order to eventually get him in. It's an actual struggle, and yeah, it probably takes way longer than it should have. But we do finally get him into the hole, which is nice, and then we cover that all up, and we leave the stairs there so that we can go up and throw more eggs in there later. And now we are just going to want to make the floor in here. Maybe have some of this polished dripstone or polished black stone around the edge. Slated deep slate. Polished deep slate. I keep thinking of the wrong block, but yeah, we want the polished deep slate all the way around. Anyway, we got a nice little floor, so now we'll put all of our items in a chest that's on the right level, and make sure we have our axe in our inventory, and yeah, that's about that. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. What we're going to be doing tomorrow is, as I said, we're going to try to find a village hopefully, maybe find a extreme hills biome so we can get some emerald ore. At least, well, we don't need to get it, we just need to find a biome so that we know there's some maybe deep slate emerald ore in there to be had. But yeah, this was a decent little build here, and I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time.